Hello, only smart students can do this question here. Yes, only smart students can do this question. Yeah, you can try to do it, then put your comment in the comment section to see if we are working on the same page. Okay, the question, if I may read for you, it goes like this, that in a school of 120 students, 40 learn English, 60 learn Kiswahili, and the 30 learn both Kiswahili and English. How many students learn neither English nor Kiswahili? That's the question. So I'm giving you 10 seconds to do it. I hope you can finish within 10 seconds. Okay, here's the solution. Here's the solution. Okay, let the number of students in the class be call it mu, that is the universal set, to be equal to 120 students. Then let's use E to represent those using Swahili. That number of students taking English, these ones are 40. Then number of students taking Swahili, we are told these ones are 60. Let's use K for Swahili. Then we have number of students taking both English and Kiswahili. We are told these ones are 30. The symbol, this one stands for intersection. So there are 30 of them. And we are told that we are supposed to find the number of students who take neither English nor Kiswahili. So we use this symbol, complement. That is E union K complement to represent those who are taking neither of the two subjects. So here is where our question is. Here is where our question is. So there are two ways you can do this question. You can either use a formula or you can use a Venn diagram. Okay, you can either use a formula or you can use Venn diagram. Okay, let me start doing the first method one, the first method. So I'll call this one method one. Let me use the formula. To be able to use the formula for this particular question, you need to know the following, that this universal set, the universal set is equal to number of E union Kiswahili, then plus number of E union Kiswahili complement. That is, those who are doing English and the Kiswahili, the union, plus the union for those who are not doing English and the Kiswahili. This will give you the universal set. This is the first formula. So in this particular question, we don't have this, neither do we have this. But another formula which you have to remember from this one now, that number of E union K, this equals number of E, then plus number of K, then subtract number of E intersection K, of which we have all this given information. This one is that, this one number of K is that, this the intersection is this 30 here. So we shall say 40, then plus 60, then minus 30. Okay, this is 100 minus 30, which gives us 70. 100 minus 30 gives us 70. So number of E union K equals 70. But what are we given for the number of the universal set? So let's go back to this formula and use for this particular information now. We substitute mu, we substitute for 120. So we shall say that this is 120 is equal to number of E union K. We say this is 70. So put there 70. Then plus number of E union K complement. Those are neither. It's this one. Taking the 70 from both sides, here we shall have 120 minus 70 to be equal to number of E union K, then complement. So what is it? number of E union K is equal to, union K complement is equal to, take 70 from 120, this gives us 50. This gives us 50 students. So 50 students do neither English nor Kiswahili. This is method 1. Okay, now let's go for method 2. We utilize this part here. Let's go for method 2. Method 2, we're going to use Venn diagram. Here actually we have two sets, that is E and K. So we shall have two oval diagrams, which are these ones. The first one is this. The second one is that one. Then we have a rectangle to represent a universal set like this. Okay, so this one, our rectangle, this is a universal set. Then you can call the first cycle, maybe this one. This is E, number of those doing English. Then you can take this one, those who are doing Kiswahili. Then this part here, that's why you find number of E union K complement. It is outside the cycles but within the rectangle. It is outside the cycles but within the rectangle. So to fill Venn diagram, it's always advisable that you start with the intersection part. And what is the intersection part? It's this data here where we have 30. So let's start with 30 here. So put 30. Then remember this mu is 120. Let me put the figure here. 120. So for E, which is 40, we shall take 40 minus 30. So here in this particular part here, put 10. Then for K, we have 60, subtract 30. Here, this particular part here, we shall have 30. So that when you add the numbers in each cycle, you get exactly the same number which will be given in the data. That is 30 plus 10, you get 40. 30 plus 30, you get 60. The intersection is this middle part, which is 30. Okay, so what do you do from here? This one now is easy. Add everything within the cycles and the rectangle. Everything. That one should give you 120. 120. So in other words, we have I say n into bracket E union K complement plus 10 plus 30 plus 60. This is 10 plus 30 plus 60. This should give you 120, of which n into bracket E union K complement will be equal to 120 minus, when you add this one, you are getting, okay, this and this 40 plus, okay, 40 plus 30, that is 70. That is 70, which is equal to minus 70, which gives us 50. So you can say number of students who take neither English nor Swahili is 50 students. Okay, did you get this answer? If you did, then you're one of the bright students. So here is that similar question for you to try. Check down here. Yes.